I started this group called Plein Air Painters of Chicago years and years ago, and they're still going on now. And they have a large group of people. They go out every Saturday and they paint outside. And just being around other artists and sharing your ideas and their advice. And I learned a lot from people that I painted with about how I could get into shows and get into galleries and finding out a lot more information than I could have ever gleaned on my own. And and then doing like competitions, just getting your name out there. And because you never know when you might get discovered by a gallery just because you had your work in a show. And just constantly train, constantly practice all the time. And because it's always going to be your work is going to be the most important thing that you're going to be leading with, and you have to constantly get better. And we're still doing it now, constantly training, constantly trying to get better, and talk to somebody that has some good business sense with building the business side of your career. You know, yeah, I wish I would have done that earlier on.
Mm.
I was just so fixated on the painting.
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking as much as I should have been about building a foundation, like a business foundation, because that just wasn't the way my mind was working. I was obsessive, compulsive artist. So,
Yeah, but I think that's natural too. I think for us, it's such a passion that the business side is always so secondary. And I mean, it's also kind of prioritized that way anyway, because without art, you don't have a business anyway. You have to create in order to sell, to have that income. So I think it's totally normal, but I agree, having that business mind kick in the background, playing in the background while you're painting as many paintings as you can, and you're learning on the go, doing all these things. It's very useful for sure. Yeah.
it's very, very important. Very
Hmm.
important. Uh, I always really admire uh, some of my friends that can do both really well. And I'm
Yeah.
like, man, that is so incredible. I admire so much for being able to do that because it's always like if I'm not painting or working on one of my pieces or sketching and coming up with ideas, doing the whole business side frustrates me. And I think I should have embraced it a lot more. I'm embracing it more now, but it's like okay, let's get this done. Okay, get back to the easel, you know.
Yes.
But also some of my friends too, they hire someone to take care of that part time, and
Mhm.
that's also an excellent thing to do.
Yeah.
If that's just not your
Yeah.
strength, hire someone to do it part time.